Here's a question I get asked a lot. Is belonging the same as DEI or IDEA? Welcome. I'm Andrea D. Carter. Today I'll be answering this question. Many people naturally understand that belonging means people can fully engage at work. However, the published research also reveals that it is much more encompassing, visible daily behaviors and performance results. Understanding why this is important in the workplace matters now more than ever. Before we dig in, I encourage you to subscribe to andreadcarter.substack.com for actionable insights on building cultures where people perform and organizations win. DEI in the US, or IDEA in Canada, which includes accessibility, is not the same as belonging in the workplace. So the answer is no, and I'll show you why. First, there are fundamental differences. DEI or IDEA. Focus on structure, belonging focuses on daily experiences. With belonging, we measure with 5 daily validated indicators: comfort, connection, contribution, psychological safety, and well being. These are relational, not private feelings. They live between people and inside systems. Belonging is not fitting in. Fitting in requires people to adapt to be accepted. Belonging invites mutual accountability. Belonging is a 50/50ths model built through action. Your part is twofold. Anchor yourself in the 5 indicators, then cultivate them around you. We assess across identity, role, and structure. The goal is not to make people fit in, it is to build systems where everyone can belong. Let's look at the structural differences between DEI or IDEA and belonging next. Let's look at the fundamental differences between DEI, IDEA, and belonging. DEI IDEA has a focus on structure. Who's in the room? Do they have fair opportunities? Are they invited to participate? Belonging has a focus on daily experience. Can people show up as their best selves once hired? Are success factors set up to help them succeed? Can employees sustain long-term performance? They're also measured completely differently. D-IDEA focuses on structure, demographics, averages of 1 or 2 identities, representation ratios, policy and accessibility standards, equity audits. Are we diverse? Belonging focuses on daily experience. Multiple identities are factored. Gap between majority and underrepresented is measured. 5 validated belonging indicators, conditions for human engagement. The skills and capabilities required are fundamentally different. DEI IDEA requires policy development and legal compliance expertise, structural design, and accessibility. Implementation, representation, analytics, and equity auditing. 100%. Accountability belonging requires emotional and social intelligence, giving and receiving feedback, continuous learning environments. 50/50ths, mutual. Accountability belonging is shared work. You anchor yourself in these 5 indicators. You shape the environment so others can do the same. Use one self-action and one system action each week. Measure, monitor, and evolve. The goal is not to make people fit in. The goal is to build systems where everyone can belong to drive success factors and performance. Let me explain the 5 belonging indicators more deeply. Comfort. Comfort means you are seen with clear expectations and a fair load. It requires working conditions that allow you to succeed, where people do not shrink themselves to survive in the environment. Can I show up fully, or do I shrink myself to fit in? Connection. Connection means people are known, trusted, and aligned. Touch points are steady and useful. Do I feel seen, trusted, and aligned with those around me? Contribution. Contribution means value is recognized and applied to outcomes. Work ties to purpose and skills. Is my value recognized, and can I add meaningfully to outcomes? Psychological safety. Psychological safety means people speak up without fear. Risks and errors surface early. Can I speak up without fear of judgment or retribution? And well-being. Well-being means capacity and support match the ask. Time, tools, and recovery sustain performance. Do I have the capacity and support to sustain performance? These conditions raise trust, speed, and quality. Teams move cleaner and make fewer errors. Here's what my initial research, involving over 3,500 participants across 11 TSX organizations, revealed. We then applied that research to over 100,000 employees, and the results from both showed when belonging indicators are present, DEI IDEA initiatives actually stick, but they impact more than just DEI and IDEA. They impact how your culture is experienced and performs as a whole. Research shows that belonging buffers against workplace stressors that lead to toxic behaviors, reduces isolation, mitigates burnout, and enables active listening before decisions are made. When employees feel a genuine sense of belonging, they're more engaged and loyal. They produce more innovative solutions, they're more reliable and productive. But most importantly, belonging bridges the gap between DEI idea policy and lived experience. This is why organizations that tried DEI idea and failed are now succeeding with belonging first approaches. Not because DEI idea was wrong, but because it was incomplete. So here's the bottom line: DEI idea, structure, representation, equity, access, 100% accountability, belonging, daily experience, daily culture, 5 indicators of belonging, 50/50ths, mutual accountability. Belonging is shared work. You anchor yourself in these 5 indicators. You shape the environment so others can do the same. Use one self action and one system action each week. Measure, monitor, and evolve. The goal is not to make people fit in. The goal is to build systems where everyone can belong and succeed together. So, no, belonging and DIDEA are not the same. DIDEA answers who's represented, our process is equitable, can everyone access opportunities? Belonging answers daily experiences that contribute to their performance, resilience, and sustainability. DEI idea focuses on structure. Belonging focuses on experience with 50/50ths mutual accountability. But let's be clear, the question isn't which approach to choose, because your best people already know the difference between being diversity hired and truly belonging. The question is, what are you consciously designing so that you build a culture where people are motivated to perform and your organization wins? Subscribe to andreadcarter.substack.com for actionable insights on building cultures where people perform and organizations win.